Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Friday assembly. It's Friday, the 5th of February. I hope that you've had a lovely week and I hope that you are looking forward to the weekend. We've been thinking, haven't we, about endurance. It's our focus value at the moment and how we can keep on going even though times are tough and we can't do all the things we want to do. It's very easy to be grumpy and to say, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't see my friends, this has been cancelled. It's very easy to be grumpy like that. And sometimes we just need to say it and it might make us feel a little bit better. And once we've said whatever our grump is about, then we can find something to look forward to. Something that keeps us going. Now on Tuesday, when we looked at all the different candles and lights, we were talking about how they were all different, all unique, just like us. So what you've got to look forward to could be different to somebody else. Have a think now. Is there something that you've got at the moment that you can look forward to? If you can't think of anything, have a chat with one of your parents, one of the grown-ups at home, because I'd really like you to have something to look forward to. It doesn't need to be a big thing. It could be that your family have arranged to have movie night, watch a film together and have some popcorn. It could be that you have arranged to get a new toy or a new book delivered online. And you're going to spend some time with your mum or your dad reading or playing it together. It could be that you've decided to have a special posh breakfast together every Saturday morning during the lockdown. And maybe you get bacon and eggs and avocado and toast and you all sit round together and have a nice meal. Or maybe you've planted some bulbs, or you've got an area in your garden and you're looking forward to seeing those flowers grow and for the weather to get better so that you can go outside and play with your brother or your sister. We're all different and we'll all have different things to look forward to. When we've got a project or a challenge that we enjoy, it's easy to keep going with that, isn't it? I'm going to show you something now and you will all know what this is. In fact, maybe before I show it, maybe I'll just shake it and see if you can tell what it is just by the sound. Ready? Listening? Do you think you know? Let's see. Yes, it's a bag of Lego. It's not my Lego. It's Oscar's Lego. This is what he's working on. So there's lots and lots of bags of bricks, 37 bags actually. It's the biggest project he's ever done. And I think he's on bag 4 today. So lots more building to be done. But it's a fun project. So even though he knows he's got hours of work to do, he doesn't mind because he's having fun as he's working through this. I wonder if you have a project or a challenge like that that's fun, that you're working on at home. I hope you do, and I'd love to hear about it. And I hope that you're finding your lessons fun as well. I know that not every minute of your learning is going to be fun. Sometimes it will be difficult, but I hope that you are enjoying at least part of it, finding the challenge and getting that really good feeling when you've achieved it. I've got a story for you today, And it's about a character who keeps on going, even though it seems that he's not doing very well. And I think that's when learning can be the hardest. Oscar knows that he's doing well with his Lego because he can see the model getting bigger day after day. And I think one day in assembly, I'll show you the model, how he's getting on with it. So he can see his progress. And maybe reading's been like that for you. We all started on pink, didn't we? And maybe you've moved up. I wonder which level you're on now. You can see the journey that you've been on, how far you've come. But sometimes with our learning, we feel that other people are getting on better than us. And that can be really hard. Some people say that instead of comparing your learning to someone else's, you should just look at your own journey. Think back to what you were doing a year ago and how much better your reading and your writing and your maths is, and your drawing and your music and your PE and everything. How much better it is now than it was when you were younger. I know that's not easy to do, but give it a go. So let's have our story today. Little red trains race to the finish. Duffy Driver and Jack the Guard were fed up. "Those swish trains," said Jack, "they're taking over. And now they want the route to Barnacle Bay." "The little red train will have nothing to do," said Duffy. The swish train drivers just laughed at Duffy and Jack. "Your train is old and slow," they said. "Everyone loves a little red train," said Duffy. "It's not that slow." "Prove it then," sneered the drivers. "We'll race you to Barnacle Bay. Whoever wins the race wins the route." Duffy and Jack got ready for the big race. "We need to win by miles," whispered the swish driver, "so no one will want to use the little red train ever again." Down went the flag. They were off. Puff chuff, went the little red train. Swish went the swish train as it sped past and out of sight. "Oh, rust and dust," said Duffy. But worse was to come. At the very first hill, the little red train's wheels began to spin. "There's oil spilt on the track," said Duffy. "I wonder how it got there." The passengers got out and pushed the little red train over the top of the hill. "We can still catch up," yelled Jack. But worse was to come. Sheep on the line. Duffy put on the brakes with a screech, and they stopped just in time. "I wonder who left the gate open," said Duffy. At the next station, the Swish train driver had stopped for a cup of tea. He seemed very surprised indeed to see the little red train. Duffy steamed past without slowing down. Chuff, chuff, chuffety chuff. But soon enough, the Swish train passed them again and disappeared into the distance with a great swish. "Oh, Coke and clinker," said Duffy. But worse was to come. Suddenly, the little red train went off in the wrong direction. "Someone switched the points," said Duffy. "But who?" Duffy put on the brakes and started to go back. "Whoa," said Jack. "Keep going instead. This is the old way to Barnacle Bay. It will lead back onto the main line and straight to the finish." So the little red train kept going. "Hold on tight," shouted Duffy. "There hasn't been a train along here for years," said Duffy. "Don't slow down," Jack shouted from his van. When they reached the main line again, Jack switched the points. Now the little red train was back on the right track. "There's Barnacle Bay," cried Duffy. "And here comes the Swish train," yelled Jack. The roar of the Swish train grew louder and louder. The little red train went faster and faster, clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clickety, clickety-clack. But the Swish train could not catch up, and the little red train won the race. "Hooray!" shouted the passengers. "Hooray!" shouted Duffy and Jack. Whoosh went the steam from the little red train. When the celebrations were over, Duffy, Jack and the little red train headed home. "I think Barnacle Bay is my favourite place in the world," said Jack. "Me too," said Duffy, and he blew the little red train's whistle long and loud. It always reminds me of the tale of the tortoise and the hare. I wonder if you knew that one. That tortoise didn't give up, kept on going. So lots of different pictures there maybe in your mind to help you on your journey as you keep going with your learning and any projects you've got. You might think about yourself being an animal, hopping or crawling along. You might think about yourself being some kind of vehicle, like a train on the track, chugging along, not giving up. I'd love to chat to you and to hear what your thoughts are on that. Let's finish with our prayer. Let's just close your eyes and try and imagine yourself on your journey. And maybe you just think about yourself, just a picture of yourself in your mind. Maybe you think about yourself as an animal or a vehicle. Father God, thank you that you know the plans you have for us. Thank you that you have a path for us. Help us to keep on going on our journey to do our best learning, to not give up. Amen. I will see you next week. Enjoy a lovely weekend.